Hello, here today we are with the famous actor Nagarjuna. Thanks a lot for agreeing for this interview in your busy schedule. So, is this your first trip to Dallas?
Yes, this is my first trip to Dallas.
So, as far as I know, you've been in US for a long time in the past. So, where have you been before this?
Before I've been in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I used to go to school there for about 3 years and a year in San Jose,
Okay, where in San Jose?
in Cupertino, San Jose. Yeah.
So, how do you find Dallas? Have you seen any of Dallas till now, or?
Not yet. I'm going to go out now, so I haven't seen much of it.
So, and then first of all, we would like to congratulate you on your success in the films. And one question which I really wanted to ask you was, is this what you always wanted to do, or is this something which you developed an interest in later?
I think the interest started halfway through my education. And while I was doing my engineering year, I suddenly developed this interest for films and movies. But then I finished it and went back and started out on this.
I've seen most of your movies, so you've really developed along the way. So, is there any particular movie which you like best, and why do you like it best?
Well, I don't think you can be the best. You grow as you do the movies. It's like experience. Every time you do a movie, it's different and you keep growing. But of the recent lot, I think I felt very good doing a film called Ninne Pelladata. I'm not saying as acting or anything like that, but as a whole movie, there was a lot of entertainment and things. And then after that, there was a film called Annamaya. Here I felt good doing that role.
Yeah, one question I wanted to ask you about that movie was, in this era, the kind of movies we are getting are totally different. So what inspired you to do a movie like Annamaya?
The character itself is such a... that the character says that even an ordinary human being, if he puts his mind to it, and he can fulfill his ambitions and things like that. And in that movie, the ambition was to go meet up with God. That was the ambition. But I think the message behind that movie is whoever wants to fulfill the ambitions, they can do it if they really put their heart to it.
And one more question is, we know about your father. He's a legend in Indian movies. So was that an advantage for you or a disadvantage? And why?
Yeah, it was an advantage when I was being launched into movies or things like that, because people definitely came to see my first movie because I was so-and-so's son. Yeah, but after they came to see the movie, then they started comparing me to him. So that becomes a disadvantage. And that disadvantage stood with me for the first 5 or 6 films. It took me a lot of work, lot of effort to get out of his shadow. So it can be an advantage, then turns out to be a disadvantage. But now it's an advantage again. Yeah.
Okay, the movies before we had in the old times were basically acting. Basically made on acting. Now the heroes have to be multifaceted, multi-talented, multi-dimensional. Like, it's not just your acting which is being weighed. It's your acting, your looks, your physique, everything. So how do you feel about that?
No, I think it depends. Everything depends on the audience taste, what they like. And as we move, as technology grows, everything includes into it. So I'm sure another 5 years from now, what we are is not going to make us, actors. It's got to be something more. Yeah.
So, how do you see the industry going after this down the line? Like maybe say 4 years or so?
4 years from now, I think. Right now, I feel the Indian film industry is in a kind of a slump. The reason is because till now we took people for granted. Then the TV came. The TV and the satellite invasion came, and the people have a choice now. Now we have to get into quality. Quality means just not acting. Quality in scripting, quality in making. We have to be better than the TV. I think it'll take another 3 years before we hit back. I think the same thing happened to Hollywood films also. When in the early 80s, when the satellites and the TV invasion came, there was a slump. Then they made these mega movies, which brought the people back into theaters. There'll be a drastic change in the next 3 years, not only in movie making, theaters, quality, everything, the way everything.
Where do you see yourself?
Well, I don't know exactly, but if I don't keep up with times, I don't see myself anywhere. I'll be pushed out.
Are there any incidents which you remember and which you particularly liked during the shooting of a movie?
Nothing particular. Every movie is an experience. So some are bad, some are good, but I really can't pinpoint a particular experience. But there's one thing I say: whenever there was a lot of teamwork, where everybody got together and did the film, those films have always done well, and they always were very good movies.
You've done a variety of roles, like ranging from Annamaya to Shiva. So what kind of roles are still there which you want to do and you haven't done till now?
Well, I don't know. I've done all the 4 major things, tragedy, comedy, violence, and romance. These are the main ingredients of Telugu films. So this is just a variation of all these things put together. So I really cannot say till a character comes to me, what it is. And I'm more of I don't look into my character has to be good. I only look at the movie has to be good. I think only as a whole people will like the movie. If I just start looking into my character, I want to do this role, I don't think that's the way the movie works. So
yesterday I met you for the first time, and you're a big star, so I expected something totally different, but you're really humble and very nice to talk to. So how do you do that? Being so famous, there's so many people wanting to talk to you, so how do you keep your serenity?
I don't know. Because thank you for complimenting me, but well, this is the way I am. There's nothing. I'm not trying to act to be humble.
Oh, very nice surprise. That's really. So, what is your ultimate aim, or what is your ambition? Final ambition?
Well, I'm not a very ambitious man. So to say that I have a final goal, final ambition, is just to enjoy what I'm doing. I guess that's my ambition. Whether it's movies, producing, maybe future direction, or I don't know, quitting movies and doing something else. It's just enjoying what I'm doing. That's my ambition.
Have you ever thought of directing something like movies or serials or anything of the kind?
Yeah, I thought of it, but right now I don't want to jeopardize my career as an actor. These 2 things are 2 different things. Acting and direction. Direction takes a lot of responsibility. It's just not myself. So when I do plan to get down into direction, then I might have to put aside acting for a while, and I don't know when I can afford to do that right now.
Today evening you have a show here in Dallas, so are you planning to give any more shows here in US?
Yes, I finished. We finished a show in San Jose day before yesterday. That was on Friday. Then after this, we're going to New York, New Jersey. Then finally at Cincinnati, where the Tana conference is going on. Yeah, this is the circuit this time.
So when are you going to come back to Dallas again?
Well, if the shows turn out to be successful, maybe we'll do another round next year again.
You don't want to come back for a DCTV interview again, even if the show is not successful?
Well, that's a long way to come to do an interview. You're most welcome to come to me and do an interview anytime. Sure. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for this interview, and I would really like to thank, on behalf of Krishna Puttaparthi, our producer, myself, the Shravanti team, and the whole Telugu community for your interview and for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, DCTV. Thank you very much.